Okay, let's talk about eating. You know, the thing we do every single day. In our crazy, screen-obsessed world, it feels like we've kind of lost touch with the whole experience. So today, we're going to get into the real deal on mindful eating, a totally science-backed way to reconnect with our food. And just a heads up, this is not another diet. It's a way to completely change your relationship with what's on your plate for the better.
Does this feel a little too real? You look down, your bowl's empty, and you're thinking, wait a second, did I even taste any of that? That right there, that's mindless eating in a nutshell. And honestly, for a lot of us, it's just become our default setting.
And that's really the core of the problem, isn't it? We're eating while we're scrolling through our phones, while we're answering emails, while we're watching a show. Eating isn't really an experience anymore. It's just something we do on autopilot. But what if we could change that?
Well, the good news is we can. And the solution isn't some crazy, complicated new diet. It's actually just a simple shift in how we pay attention, a conscious approach that can be a total game changer.
So what even is mindful eating? You know, at its heart, it's just about paying full attention when you eat. Really tuning in to the flavors, the smells, the textures, but also, and this is key, listening to your own body's signals. Are you actually hungry? Are you starting to feel full? And here's the most important part. You do it all without judging yourself.
I love this comparison because it makes it so clear. You see, dieting is all about external rules, right? Counting calories, labeling foods as good or bad, which, let's be honest, usually just leads to feeling guilty. Mindful eating totally flips that. It's all internal. It's about building awareness, trusting your own body, and just creating a healthier, happier relationship with food.
I mean, look, this isn't just some nice, fluffy idea. It's actually backed by some pretty solid science. So let's get into what the research actually says about the real-world benefits of eating this way.
So when you look at all the studies, these 4 big benefits just keep popping up again and again. It helps reduce emotional eating, it improves your mental state around food, it can actually gently guide you toward healthier choices, and it can even help with weight regulation, all without a single rule about what you can or can't eat. Now this first one is huge. We're talking research supported by Harvard Health here. It shows that mindfulness is incredibly good at helping with binge eating and emotional eating. You know, when you find yourself reaching for food not because you're hungry, but because you're stressed or bored or sad. Mindful eating helps you hit the pause button on that whole cycle.
So how does it actually work? Well, it's pretty simple. It just creates a little bit of space, a tiny pause that lets your brain ask, hold on, am I really hungry or am I just feeling something else? Honestly, for so many people, that one little moment of awareness changes everything.
And we really can't skip over the mental health part of this. When you stop labeling foods as good or bad and you let go of all that judgment, you start to break down the guilt and shame that modern diet culture is built on. And man, that can be incredibly freeing.
Okay, check out this number, 20 minutes. Any guesses what that is? It's roughly how long it takes for the, hey, I'm full signal from your stomach to actually reach your brain. 20 minutes.
And this is exactly why slowing down is so critical. I mean, think about it. If we scarf down a meal in 5 minutes, our brain is totally in the dark. It hasn't gotten the memo yet that we're satisfied. Just by eating a little slower, you give your body and brain the time they need to get on the same page. It's a natural way to stop that, I'm so stuffed feeling later on.
All right, so we've talked about what it is and why it works. Now for the really good stuff. How do you actually do it? And the best part is, it's way, way simpler than you might think. Here are 4 super practical, science-backed things you can try. First, just pause before you eat. Ask yourself, am I actually hungry? Second, get rid of distractions. Put the phone away, turn off the TV, just for a few minutes. Third, slow way down. A great little trick is to literally put your fork down between bites. And last, really engage your senses. What does it smell like? What are the textures, the flavors?
Okay, before we wrap up, it's just as important to be super clear on what mindful eating is not, because there are a lot of misconceptions out there.
So let's just get this straight. This is not a diet in disguise. It is not about making new, rigid rules for yourself, like counting how many times you chew, and it's definitely not a quick fix. But most importantly, it's never a reason to beat yourself up. So you had a mindless meal? It's okay. This is a practice, not about being perfect.
And really, this quote just says it all. The whole point is to be flexible, to be compassionate with yourself. It's about taking these ideas and making them work for your life in a way that feels good and supportive, not stressful. So, I'll just leave you with this thought.
We eat multiple times a day, every single day of our lives. It's this fundamental ritual. And if you can make a real shift in how you approach that ritual, could that one change ripple out and maybe, just maybe, change everything else?